It's a beautiful world we live in, a sweet romantic place, beautiful people everywhere, the way they show.
Okay, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night, everybody. This is the Fakeologist Show. Well, you never know when people are listening, so you gotta basically talk to everyone. It's Wednesday, January the 7th, 2026. It's the Fakeologist Show. It's the first show of 2026 with Fake Nukes Phil and Jim Rizoli. How are you guys? Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to be here. Had a good holiday. Hope you guys had a good holiday too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I needed the break. I think everyone needed the break. I think even the PSYOP people went on break because I don't think really anything happened. I know they invaded a country allegedly, and they did. Did they do anything else? Was there anything else?
Well, most people think that was real, and so if it is real, then it's pretty major. But
what you mean? It's not real?
No, I think it's all a clown show. Yeah, I think Maduro is a clown, and he's playing along with the other clowns.
He's a bus driver, I thought.
He could be a bus driver.
Well, that's what they told. That's the official story. He's a bus driver, but he runs a country. Makes sense,
right?
Oh, who else would you want running your country but a bus driver?
Well, I think a bus driver is probably more qualified than anybody. You know, and so.
But we have an actor in America running the country, we're told.
Yeah. And so I trust a bus driver more than an actor.
Yeah.
But Maduro happens to be an actor too, though, so it doesn't matter.
And he looks a lot like Saddam Hussein. A lot like
he does.
But I don't think it's the same person, but there are some striking similarities with all the fruit salad on his uniform and the Jesuit star hanging around his neck, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of Freemasonic symbolism, but and he wore his orange shoes when he went to court.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't see any of that. So I know the audience wants to hear about the current PSYOP because people that really want the latest, so I think we should get right into that. Unless you have either of you have any other ideas what you want to go into?
No, I mean that's fine.
It's been a slow. Other than Maduro, it's been kind of a slow week. I mean, they had a double murder somewhere, but that's on the national news. I smell a rat with that one too, but
a double murder.
I just can't. I can't cover all of them.
Where was that?
Somewhere in the States here, but
it's kind of a big country. Can you narrow it down?
Well, it was a man and a woman. They were a couple, and I remember it got some attention on the morning news, and I just said,
So it sounds local, but you say went national.
It is national. It was on Good Morning America, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Phil, did you see the one with the ICE agent in the truck? In his truck, they said he shot the woman.
Was that in Minnesota?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where. I think it was. But what happened was, as far as I could see it, it looked like she was hitting or turning into one of the ICE agents, and then the other ICE agent thought she was trying to run him over, I think, and then he shot the woman. So that's been a big thing in the news. So you can. I don't know.
She was in the car and she shot her in the car.
Yeah, the ICE agent shot the woman in the car driving, and she crashed into another car, and all the people started yelling and screaming.
Oh, I didn't see that on the feed. Usually,
that'll be tomorrow's Fake Nukes Phil video.
But I was out in the wilderness all day. I'm riding my new. I bought myself a new electric bike for Christmas, my own Christmas present. So I was out in the wilderness today. I've been spending a lot of time testing out its capabilities.
An electric bike.
It's dual motor, both wheels spin. It's got 6,000 watts. It's got 60 volts.
Hold on,
And
6,000 watts. That's the same as my car.
yeah, it's thing's
Yeah.
got a lot of torque. I mean, it's got more torque.
I have a hybrid, so it's
Uh-huh.
not fully electric, but I'm pretty sure the battery's 6,000 watts because it takes I think it's 6,000 watts, maybe. Okay,
Well,
maybe it's 11,000.
It's 3,000 watts each motor, and so
Wow.
when you got it in dual motor, it's 6,000 watts combined, and it's got more torque than my old dirt bike. I had to sell my old dirt bike because it was getting old. It was like in need of a lot of maintenance, and so I sold it just in time. And I figured, hey, they're making these electric bikes so awesome. And they're really light and they're powerful.
You
And I
need a
thought,
motorcycle license for that, though?
no, I can take it anywhere a bicycle can go. I'm a bicycle.
Yeah.
And that's what the beauty about it. It's legal in all 50 states. I can take it anywhere.
Yeah, but
on
you can't go down the interstate.
No, I can't. It is not freeway legal.
Yeah.
But it's not the type of bike you go on the free. You take it in the backcountry. Take it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go over okay, that's good. Let's go to let's do some Maduro stuff because people like that. And I guess it's already yesterday's news, but let's go over it.
I think there is some.
What do you want to look? Should we?
Well, there's been some fake videos. Yeah, they've been releasing stuff like this, and they've been labeling it from. This looks very CGI to me.
This looks like a video game.
Yes, they've been releasing videos like this, and they've been labeling it from Venezuela. And I said, well, that's fake.
Oh, that's fake on the surface. You can who releases that?
Yeah, some anonymous account on Instagram, but nobody challenges them. So we had a bombing at one of the ports, and it looks very pyrotechnic. It looks very you'll see those explosions there. It looks very staged. Oh, this one, I think, yeah, this is a cartoon.
Great sound.
Yeah. So one of my commenters found out that was actually from Ukraine. Well, I said, okay, well, it's fake in Ukraine. It's the same as fake as in Venezuela.
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't play video games, but I think some of us should play video games just so we can see what's out there in the.
Well, they're appealing to the video game crowd, obviously. That's why most young people get their information from social media, and they're obviously targeting the video game crowd. And somebody's got a. Now this looks like a Hollywood pyrotechnic to me, but it doesn't look like a real missile.
Can you get your news on a video game platform now? Do they deliver news to the video gamers? I wonder.
I'm not sure. See,
because they're hooked up to the internet, obviously.
Yeah,
video games are
probably. I imagine.
And they sell better than movies. Video games. I think they've overtaken the movie industry, which means they're going to put all the propaganda into them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so they bombed one facility. It looks like an air defense facility, and they blew up a couple, like an old truck and an old bus. But it looked like they were 1980 from the. It looked like they were blowing up some old equipment from the 1980s and getting a propaganda value out of it. Oh, and Maduro's being held in this prison in New York City. Guess who's there? Luigi is there.
Mangione. Yeah.
And Mangione. And Jazane Maxwell is there. And all the people that are involved in the fake trials are there. And, they're all being held in a special wing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the wing that nobody can visit.
Yeah, the wing that nobody can visit.
So Puff Daddy's in there. Wow.
Yeah. So all these, fake trials are there.
The crypto mogul. I like that.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried. Wow. Okay.
So, this whole Maduro thing just smells.
Well, somebody said nobody gets handcuffed in front.
Exactly. That's the hoax code. Whenever they handcuff in front, that's the hoax code.
Okay, that's right. Because I was watching. I sometimes watch the police chase videos.
And
I don't even know if they're real, but yeah, usually they're behind the back. And I've watched a couple guys wiggle out of the handcuffs as well and do crazy things, but I don't know if that's real either. But That's on YouTube, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it's real. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's behind their back. They're behind the back, and that's for a traffic stop. So this is
Yeah, supposedly, he's going serious charges on drug crimes, and they're going to say that he was responsible for, according to Trump, he's responsible for a lot of deaths, and so you would handcuff him in the back, but
Is this
not.
in Manhattan? This jail? I've never really seen a picture.
They said New York City. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So,
But this is where the special prosecutors that do international
yeah.
crimes, which I don't really see how the heck they have any jurisdiction, but okay, it's in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Okay, that's close enough. All right. Anything else to see there? Barbaric conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
That means the food
It's
is
not
bad.
barbaric conditions. I mean, everybody comes out there without a scratch,
Mhm. Jim, what's your take on the Maduro thing? Venezuela.
Well, what I don't understand about it is what gives Trump the right to go in any country. Okay, let's say the guy is a drug dealer and he is an arms, whatever, importer, whatever, accusing him of. But what gives Trump the right to do that? I mean, it's not the United States' problem.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
He says it is, though.
Well, I don't know how it is. I mean, how is it our problem? What are you gonna? All the South American countries down there are doing all these crazy things. You know what I mean? The presidents and everybody hooked up with all the, the whole government. All the people are corrupt. So what are you gonna arrest everybody in the government and bring them to the United States and put them in jail? Don't make sense.
Well, they've always done it, though. They did Noriega, what, 25 years ago or even more?
Yeah, that was in the 80s, I believe.
80s,
And
yeah, sorry.
and the drugs only got worse after Noriega was arrested. And
Mhm.
so it's not going to affect the drug trade at all.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, it never
just
does, yeah.
they're doing it for other reasons, and not. I mean, again, I think
Any
the
idea what the other reasons are?
well, the Noriega, I believe, led to a whole bunch of Nicaraguans coming into America. They're seeking refugee status, and so
Right.
that led to a wave of
I think
Latin American.
I think they're seeking cheap labor status. I think that's the point.
Yeah, some of them get jobs in the
No, I
hotel.
mean, they bring them in for cheap labor. That's what I
Yeah.
think a good chunk of the point is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll be coming here. You don't have to worry. They'll come
Yeah.
here saying we're escaping our country because we're having civil war and we got to come to the United States. And that's what's going to happen. Every country that the United States, gets involved with, we end up getting all the refugees.
Yeah, but it's not like they don't want them. They basically that's on purpose. That's not an after effect. That is one of the
Oh
main.
no, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want them. I mean, I don't go out to fancy restaurants. I don't go to hotels. I don't need all the cheap labor that they have.
Mhm.
I mow my own lawn.
Well, you don't need any competition for your business, but in my business, it's completely kept my wages down for 25 years.
Exactly. It makes us all work for less.
That is the net effect, and it is real. I can tell you, I can show you pay stubs.
It's oversaturated. Yeah.
The only way I can make more money is just do more hours, but as you get older, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that anymore because it doesn't make any sense. But the hourly has not changed. I can tell you for a fact.
Yes.
And that is a real effect of just bringing in cheap labor. It's my job is not really highly skilled, so any dummy can do it, but let's say
no, it doesn't. Yeah, it stays the same.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
that's a real effect. That is one of the major reasons why they roast a country and cause chaos, so they have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Somalia is a good example too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that fake war in the 90s in Mogadishu, It led directly to the what's happening in Minnesota right now, and all these fake wars lead to an invasion, like even Vietnam.
Noriega was a Panamanian, not a Nicaraguan.
Yeah, my bad.
I agree with that.
You know,
but they still caused chaos in Nicaragua too. Daniel Ortega never took him out though. I don't know why. He became president after. He was the freedom fighter, remember? The commie freedom fighter. But I think they helped install him.
Yeah. Just like they helped install Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
And, they're always installing commies.
Yeah, by the way, I watched a show called Breakdown 1975. I don't know, did I send that to you, Jim?
I don't remember.
Well, yeah, you'd have to go download it. It's not available on BitChute, but I could maybe shoot it to you. But it was basically about 1975, how they said that was the worst time ever. As you know, the dollar got unhooked from gold and was rehooked to the petrodollar and all that. And people were getting shot on campuses. They said that was the worst time ever.
Mm-hmm.
But while I was watching it, they were doing showing the Academy Awards, where Frank Sinatra was getting mad at the guy who won the best documentary, who gave a speech, an anti-Vietnam speech. And he did a speech called Hearts and Minds. And it was just exposing what was going on in Vietnam. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because the president of South Vietnam at the time admired the United States, and he thought the United States would help him kick out the French, the colonialist French, just like the U.S. kicked out Britain allegedly. So he spoke perfect.
I think they all were playing a role. I think that war lasted with the French and the Americans there. I think it was like a 20-year war.
Yeah.
And so during all that 20 years, it was just churning up.
But that guy even made recordings. They told him, the United States told him, and he didn't trust the United States. And he said he recorded the president or whoever it was telling him, just do this and everything will be fine. And then as soon as he did it, they double crossed him and they went out and invaded the country and arrested him. But he was pretty much a U.S. sort of admirer. And he thought for sure they were going to come in and help kick out the French. And look what they did instead. They made it a communist country. So that really makes sense with your thesis, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the right, you'll see that they're also doing another fake war in Cambodia and Thailand on the border.
Okay.
And they let off these pyrotechnics and then the jets fly by. Okay. And they're saying that they're attacking some military installations, but they're just blowing up some. There's a short little video. They're just blowing up a side of a hillside in unison with the jets flying by. And, that's not a real military attack there.
Maybe it's AI.
It could even be AI. And so, it proves absolutely nothing. It does.
No, the problem is the sound doesn't take any time to travel in the video.
Oh, okay.
There is usually a delay, the speed of light, speed of sound, they're different.
Yeah.
So why it actually works? Like fireworks.
It actually works against the narrative because it's like the video does not fit. No. It does not make sense at all, and so it works against what they're trying to tell me. Yeah, they're trying to tell me that it's a border skirmish, but it's like I don't see a border skirmish. I see another stunt. And whether it be AI or whether it be pyrotechnics, I don't know, but it's just a stunt, and it's not a border skirmish, and so. So just a lot of more fake conflicts. And here's the thing that really looks like a Hollywood pyrotechnic. And as you can see, none of the building gets blown up. It
looks like lava. Is there a volcano there? You got the wrong color.
None of the building gets blown up. It just
it's just smoldering. It's like a lava lamp.
Yeah. And so again, that works against the narrative that they're telling me that a building got blown up by a missile, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a Hollywood stunt there, whether it be AI or whether it be pyrotechnics. It's not a missile strike. Okay, that's what I can say. And some people get all hung, and people are making this AI thing like into a straw man thing.
Right.
Here's where he wears his orange shoes.
Tell me about the straw man. That's an important thing.
Yeah, it's like whether the video is AI or not, it doesn't matter. It still is fake. Whether they're using Hollywood special effects or whether they're using AI, it's still fake. It's not. And so it's even like 9/11. I mean, they could have used AI when the buildings collapsed on 9/11.
Well, they used whatever video trickery of the day, I believe. Whatever creates a building crashing on video. Yeah.
Maybe they had CGI in 2001.
Why doesn't he have his legs shackled? That guy, he looks like
he's almost
like he can barely move.
Yeah, he's losing one of his orange shoes right there.
Oh, right. The get rid of the shoe ritual.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's they make sure to get the orange shoes into the camera shot.
Yeah.
And it's like he's on his way to court with his.
There's one of those $500,000 police cars. The military vehicles they sell everyone. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The U.S. gave, I think, most police forces in the U.S. have these ridiculous army size style military vehicles because he's such a danger. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, Skaten is Destroy is saying that the revolutions in Iran. I saw a little bit of that where they're, I guess they're saying that some people are getting killed in Tehran or something. There's some, I think Trump made a statement saying that he's going to back the protesters this time, unlike last time when we allowed the Iranian government to clamp down on the protesters. And, Trump made some, but it's all going to be nothing. The war in Iran never happened. They've been talking about it since 2007, and it's never happened. And even before that, I think they've been talking about it since 2005. Or since that Wesley Clark, remember he came out after 9/11 and he said they were going to start 7 wars, like Libya.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, that's been played 100 times, 1,000 times. Every truther plays that.
Exactly, but it's like, and in a sense, Wesley Clark was right, but it was all fake. They were all fake wars.
Yeah,
and
he was just giving you the script, so everyone is preconditioned to accept it. Yeah. Okay.
Someone's worried about I'm going to ruin your show.
That's a naughty mouse.
A naughty mouse.
Jim is okay. Jim is very. I'll give Jim credit. He's very respectful. Jim is very respectful of the show, and if Jim wants to say anything, he can. And as Jim said, he doesn't have any gripe against Phil. He's just worried that Phil needs to censor his channel more for the comments. I'm kind of the opposite. I do delete comments for people that insult me directly because I do have the odd one. And that would be like someone coming up to my front door and spitting in my face. It's the same thing. Now, if someone wants to insult me on Jim's channel, to me, it's fair game. It's not my site. It's not my channel. I'm not offended by it. I'd rather be left up for the person to look stupid. But if you come on my website and start horking in my face, I'm going to delete you and block you. That's easy. But if you're going to insult me somewhere else, that's out of my control. And that's okay.
Yeah, but see, one thing you got to understand, okay? There was a guy on my channel, and Phil knows who he is. He was Matt. The guy Matt, he must have 5 names on BitChute. Okay. And what I didn't like about Matt was he kept coming after Phil and saying the same old stuff over and over and over, about the pitches, about this, about that. And so I blocked him. Okay. Well, I mean, he's probably going to just come back again. I don't know how the hell he does it. I block him. I must have blocked Matt. I'm not kidding, Phil, 20 times.
Oh yeah, well he or she admits that she has multiple accounts. That she's forced to create multiple accounts because she always gets blocked, and it's like, well,
it's your website though, and it's your prerogative. So Go for it. I have no problem with it. I think
she keeps hanging up on whether I get fooled by AI videos or not. And like I just was saying, it doesn't matter if the video's AI or not. It's still fake. It's not showing what they're telling us it's showing.
Yeah. And that is the point. That is the point.
Yeah. So
I agree with you about the straw man. That's a good point. And and it's actually confusing to most people, except us that are really into this. But the average person who wanders along is gonna just take it as, oh yeah, so I should disregard it because this person's discrediting or debunking. But you're right, it's a straw man. So, but that is the purpose, to create confusion, I think.
Yeah, and so that's what they're doing when they hang their coat on that argument, and they just don't leave it. They just stay there. And it's like nobody cares about that. It's like I mean, if you want to believe these events are real, then go. Then there's 100 channels on BitChute. You can go and you can believe these events are real.
Hey, what happened? What happened here?
This is she was supposedly rescuing people. She saw piles of dead bodies, but she never said.
Where is this?
This was in that Crans, Montana fire in Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland. Okay, I was thinking where in Montana. Nothing happened in Montana.
That's why I remember it, because they named it Crans, Montana. So like it's an American state, but it's that city in Switzerland.
What's her name?
And everybody there speaks a different language. Very few of them speak English, and so
that's right. Well, they got 4 languages, and I had to look up the country code of CH, which is Switzerland, and it stands for a Latin phrase because they didn't want to use one of their languages because they have so many. They have 3 or 4 official languages in Switzerland. So that's what CH. I can't remember what it stands for. It's a Latin word. I should know because I love Latin, but it's something Helvetica. CH. So yeah, they don't have that. That's the official language. Latin, I guess, is the official. Hold on, we got a caller in here, guys.
Hold time 1 minute 19 seconds.
Caller in her. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
As Willard from Florida.
Willard from Florida. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah, regular caller in her.
Yeah, I had a question for Phil, I guess, for you guys. If you go to, it's called Status Q COUP News on YouTube. I just came across it today.
Okay. Hold on. Let me find it. Status. What is it?
Coup, COUP.
Oh, Status Coup. Okay. Let me find it here.
News.
What the hell is this? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking. I'll find it while you're talking.
Okay. There's a 13-minute video about the ICE shooting in Minneapolis, and they show a clip at the 3:05 mark, 3 minutes and 5 second mark, and the vehicle ran into a parked car.
574,000 subscribers. Whoa.
Oh, okay. So you found it. Okay, good.
Yeah. So if he's got that many subscribers, that means he's covering this as a real event.
Well,
if ICE is involved, I believe it's all actors.
He's being boosted. Okay, so which one do I click on?
It's the one that's 13 minutes long that says breaking news, ICE shoots woman. I think it's 13 minutes. I can't see the screen, so I don't know if you have it or not.
Well, is it today's or yesterday's? Or how?
Today's, yeah, today's.
It says ICE agents caught surveilling journalists, anti-Trump activists. No, here it is, the last one. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so Phil is right. If it's on YouTube and it's graphic, then it's got to be fake because this is evidence in a trial.
Yeah.
Well, at the 3 minute 5 second mark, it shows there's firemen in their jackets and police officers. They picked up
shot the guy in the face with a
it looks like tear gas or
yeah.
Well, it looked like orange dust. It looks like
orange
no,
dust.
It's not tear gas because it obviously
it's orange dust. It's Trump dust.
Yeah, it looks like the same kind of dust they used at the January 6th riot.
Oh, right. Good one, Phil. Yeah, I'm unfortunately, I'm not unfortunately, but I tend to agree that these are all fake stagecraft events, which is, kind of sad because you were kind of, in a way, hoping ICE was real and really getting rid of the problem. But yeah, I'm with you that this is This is stagecraft.
Yeah, this is like January 6th style stagecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of these ICE agents, I think, were at the Capitol on January 6th. They're the same glowy agents.
Oh, I see what you mean. When I see these shots in Minnesota, I think, don't they clear their streets of the snow? Because we have a pretty good snow program here. We have a dry road policy. But in Minnesota, they seem to let the snow pile up everywhere. Anyway, sorry. So
Yeah.
status coup reporter. Yeah, I'm going to say this is authorized news by alternative media.
Well, there's a scene where it shows them picking up the victim and carrying her.
Okay, hold on. We're going to find it. 305, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, right about that.
I'm with Phil on this. This is total stagecraft. Who's videoing? Yeah, I guess there's lots of people videoing. It could be anyone, but it's here we go again with the fuzzy videos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's clear. Okay. So they're carting someone off.
It looks like they're carrying somebody there. Are we at 305?
Yeah, we passed it. This is 317.
Okay.
Corner, and they set her down, and then they can't see.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, there goes the pumping. Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the CPR. Okay. On a gunshot victim.
Funny legs.
Yeah. Well, there'd be a trail of blood, because where they were carrying her, like right there down that sidewalk, there's no blood.
And you got to where the stretcher shows up.
You're giving Phil a lot of material to work with here. Phil's gonna love it. It's like this is like a steak for Phil. Steak dinner. Right, Phil?
Yeah, they show up from the same area they grabbed the victim at. Why would you not just leave the victim sitting there? Why carry the victim? Is that what you're supposed to do with a gunshot victim? Is you carry him half a block so you give him CPR?
No, that wouldn't be what you do. No.
Well, it's kind of like Jeff Bauman at Boston bombing. They let him. They pushed the wheelchair halfway across the city.
Good point. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think they were pushing the wheelchair to Jim's place in Framingham.
Yeah, right.
Help him out.
Yeah, that is so odd, huh? What's going on there?
Well, I'm labeling it just stagecraft.
Yes, it's another a January 6th style tear gas with CPR on
and it's a type of drill.
Yeah,
I don't see any urgency there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these.
So do you think this is a closed set as well?
Yeah, the police do have the streets blocked off for traffic control, and that's why the real police are there is simply to do traffic control.
Yeah.
And while the actors, because you're allowed to film a movie in a public area just as long as you get the proper permit and as long as you have proper traffic control.
Yeah.
And so basically ICE agents get a permit to film a movie, and then they have the cops come do traffic control.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
These are paid protesters. Do you think there's any real people out?
Some of them might be organic. I'm not sure, but I would like to know how these people knew.
Would they let organic people in though?
Yeah. How did they know that ICE was going to be at this corner here? How did they all come out of their houses? Yeah, that's not. You don't shoot somebody with dust like that right in the face. I mean, because it's not real tear gas. Yeah.
Well, what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be tear gas.
Well, what? I mean, you don't bring fake tear gas to a riot because you're going to get yourself killed.
And if you aim that kind of weapon right in someone's face, and there was a tear gas canister in it, it'd knock his head off.
Yes,
because those things go far.
Oh yeah. And so, no agency in the world would send their cops out with fake tear gas guns because it's just going to get you. It's like going to a gunfight with a pop gun. It's like you're going to get killed because everybody else is going to think you got a real gun. It is totally not. No agency would ever send their guys out.
And look at these guys walking around with their YouTube cameras and I guess we've been kind of conditioned that these implanted reporters in wars, remember that became a deal in Iraq?
Yeah.
Where they have these implanted reporters. Does that make sense? I don't think so. Not in a real operation. You don't want planted
So
reporter.
obviously somebody tipped off the report, the news crew to be there. And then that kind of blows your whole cover for the whole raid that you're planning on doing. And so you would call it off and you would do something else because your cover's been blown and somebody called the media. And so you would just, but ICE never does that. ICE will go ahead and continue going while the media's there. It's just, it's so staged. It's
So this is an actor wearing actor camo and it says police. What police force? Bortak. What's that? This is a generic uniform of just
I don't know. It looks like you can go to the Army surplus store.
Yeah, just a costume set. This is not a real police force. Is that
No. Yeah, there's nothing real about ICE. They're not a real agency.
Wait, you don't think ICE is an actual agency at all?
No, I mean they are a real agency, an agency of actors.
Paintball gun? I recognize this because I used to play paintball a little bit. Isn't that what to put the paintballs in?
Yeah, and I've caught them in other videos using a paintball gun.
Oh, we got they use that for porch pirates. You ever seen porch pirates where they open up the package you're trying to steal and it blows up in their face?
Oh yeah, okay.
But the same porch pirate dust.
Yeah.
Some good stuff tonight, Phil. And Willard, thank you for this. This is good.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, and we're analyzing it on the fly. First time we've seen it. Yeah. But I've actually seen this 100 times because I've been following these ICE things. Yeah. And this is so many elements that are the same as what these guys always do at every scene. They're actors. And
they're they're in retreat as well.
Yeah.
There's 3 guys. Okay, it's very strange. What's your take on the Somali pirate thing or the Somali and Nick Shirley? Nick Shirley was allegedly busted by Miles Mathis being just another fake planted guy with a mysterious past. What's your take on that?
It'll go nowhere. It'll be a big nothing burger.
All right, we got another caller in, or Willard. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Unless you got anything else.
Yes. No, thanks for analyzing for me. Appreciate it.
No, I thank you for bringing it to our attention. And
Willard, that was great. That was a good time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hold on. I think I know who's calling, and he has his own theme song. I don't think Willard has his, but we'll just play a bit of this.
Down by the St. Lawrence, where the Coles play, lived John the Beggar with a mind that sways. He connects the dots in a curious maze. Oh John, the beggar of the bay, reading the script while the world's on display. With fakeologists, they light up the grave.
All right. What other show has his own theme music for the call?
Not many, if any. But ICE is real. I have seen them in my life arrest people and pull them over.
Okay.
And it wasn't on the news. So I think they actually do. But those people, I will agree, are probably just actors given an ICE coat.
Well, they're trying to blackwash ICE, I'm thinking. They want ICE to look bad.
They might. They might, because they want to let more illegals in, because like you say, it keeps your wages down. And I beg to disagree with you. I contend that driving a truck is a skill.
All right. Well, it's a low-level skill, but that's okay. Thank you.
No, I think that you don't give yourself enough credit.
I think.
But anyways, the whole purpose of bringing in immigrants has always been to lower wages, keep expectations down. As there was a guy, he used to have a YouTube channel from California, and he would say he told his mother, his stepmother once, "Mom, if you bring a guy and a family from some country where they have to go outside of their housing to go use a toilet, you bring them into an apartment building or even a house that has a toilet at the end of the hall, they're going to think they died and went to heaven. And if they move later on to another apartment where they have a bathroom in the apartment, they're going to think they died and went to heaven again." It's easy to please people like that. That's why you want a bunch of people from abroad. And they don't tend to yell as much, and you can get rid of them easier.
Well, it's like being a probationary worker. If you make one slip up, you're out. And they have that leverage over you. It's all about leverage. I mean, businesses don't have a hell of a lot of leverage over unions. Of course, you could say the unions brought down Detroit, the Detroit auto manufacturers. You could say that. There is an argument for that, but all they did is pack up and leave.
Yeah, they packed up and left. That is true.
And a guy's making $75 to put a door on. Okay, you can see how that. And I'm not blaming unions. I'm not blaming business. It's just what happens. It's just the natural progression of business and unions. Eventually,
well, I think they did a lot of things. They were headed for a problem in the southern states.
Okay.
If the black population had never moved north and stayed in the old slave states,
right,
at the present time, they would be anywhere from 60 to 90% of those slave states.
Okay.
So Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, et cetera, they would all be majority black states today. This would pose a problem for the ruling elite.
I'm going with brought the blacks for labor.
Well, I uploaded that Census Bureau from 2020 that shows that from Virginia all the way to Texas is all black. I mean, it's all the concentration of blacks. I mean, there's a few blacks in Wisconsin and in New York.
Is that this one here, Tipu Tip?
No, it was a while ago I uploaded that.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it's probably too far. We can't find it. But it was, I think it was my own video that I shot, and I brought up the Census Bureau numbers, and I showed how blue they use blue to document where all the blacks are, and it was all from Virginia all the way to Texas, all the states that were involved in the Civil War.
There truly is a black belt across many states. Back in the 70s, there was some crazy black separatist who was probably a government agent wanting to have a state established for blacks only in that same region.
Okay. But what is that? Sorry, are we still on the fakeologist topic? Because now I'm getting lost.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, they brought the blacks north.
Yeah.
The Fords did, the Carnegies, and the Rockefellers.
It's cheap
the
labor.
Reese Committee. Yeah, but it also helped to weaken the unions. They got after the Catholics, mainly, who were unionized.
Right. Okay, I gotcha.
And it killed two birds with one stone.
Okay, so it does. Yeah. Okay, so it's a union busting tactic, and they were cheaper labor at the time because they needed the work, and it was better than what they were doing, picking cotton. I guess, is that right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, too. But you have to realize the KKK was started by Albert Pike.
Okay.
Albert Pike, having been a Confederate general, he was in the military intelligence before the war, and he probably slipped back into it after the war. And Albert Pike created the Klan. You had to have something to control these people.
Right.
So when they wanted to move them north because they were having problems, they just added the Klan to heat up the action against them. And then the people started moving.
Albert Pike, they're restoring his bronze statue in Washington, D.C. because it had been torn down during the George Floyd riots or something.
Oh, okay.
And so they tore down all the Confederate statues, but they're restoring Albert Pike because Albert Pike was actually a traitor, and he was arrested by his own troops. He actually helped the Yankees win the war, and so he was a Confederate only by name only. and
so he was he was on the bad team.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was helping the Yankees the entire time, and that's why he's the only Confederate statue being restored to Washington D.C.
Controlled, so he's controlled opposition.
Yeah, and he was the Freemason, of course, and he's the one. Albert Pike is a famous Freemason, and so yeah, very a strange character there, and says a lot about what happened in the Civil War, and
yeah.
So,
all right, what else?
Well, he was military intelligence before. Another thing, you talked about the guy in Nicaragua. I can't think
Daniel
of his name.
Ortega.
Yeah, Ortega. Well, they asked his brother once, how did you get this revolution going so fast? Oh, he said, we did a lot of training. And they said, where would you do training at? And he said, at the lodge.
Oh, yeah. At the lodge.
They're Freemasons.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah.
I sincerely doubt Manuel Noriega ever did a day in any prison.
No, it's just like Maduro. Yeah, and the drug.
I think they control the guys because look, when people are hungry, they want to throw out whoever's in power. People aren't voted in; they're voted out. So I think people just wear out their welcome, and if they don't see, and if they're hungry, then they call the U.S. to depose these people. I know opposition people here from Iran. They want Israel to move in and get rid of the guy because he's been there too long. He's just long in the tooth. He's rotten. It's corrupt. Over time, everyone gets corrupt. I don't care who it is. And they just steal all the money, and then the people are hungry, and they call in the outside forces. So that's why I think they escorted this guy out, because he was probably in danger in his own country, like they all are. Anyway, that's my take.
I agree with that pretty much. So that is the thing right there.
He's probably got a place in Florida ready for him where he's going to hang out, because
maybe he'll move to Hawaii.
I don't think they're going to move into Minneapolis. These people would die in the cold.
No, he won't get moved to Minneapolis.
No, it's too cold. He's probably begging not to go there. That's sort of a fate. That's the worst prison sentence you can give. Oh, you can go live in Minneapolis where it's minus 40.
All the politicos, bigwig politicians, bigwig businessmen in Latin America, they're all related to the royals of Spain and Portugal.
I agree.
It's just like it here. Anywhere in the world, they're always related to the royals.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Osama bin Laden and Bandar Bush.
I don't think bin Laden existed. I think the family exists. They just lent it. They lend their name though.
Yeah. But a lot of the people, the royalty, the Arab royalty, when Spain and Portugal were taken over, some of them didn't want to go home, and they converted to Christianity. But the locals did not trust them, so they shipped them into the rest of Europe, and they intermarried with them, and they shipped a lot of them to Bavaria. And the Bushes are Bavarian royalty. So I don't doubt that they said, well, he's like a cousin, Bandar Bushes. He probably was a cousin.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I agree that it's a small group at the top. They're all related. They're all part of the peerage, and the peerage puts in their people. It's a business. It's a gang. Yeah, I agree with you, John. All right.
Definitely, guys. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, guys, and it's good to hear from you guys.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and Jim.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you, John the Bag. All right, we should let Jim give some tell us about some of his work over at Jim Rizoli's BitChute. There, you put out a lot of content. What do you got going on?
Well, something I put up that I thought was a really good video, and I don't think it's getting the views. Okay. Is that girl there? If you go down 2 videos below my video, the walk and talk. There's a girl talking about Trump's ballroom that he's building.
Okay.
And I thought that was really good. She brought out some excellent information. She thinks that what they're really building is some sort of administration type of building underneath that's going to have a lot of technology in it You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the right word to use here, but anyway.
Look, Trump is not building a ballroom. This much I feel like is obvious. I made a video about this a few weeks ago, giving a thesis of what I think is actually being built, and that video got taken down on my TikTok after about 8 million views, so I re-uploaded it here. And if you haven't seen that one yet, I recommend going over and watching that because it gives you a good basis for where we're starting out from. But I wanted to follow up on my theory, okay? Because in the original video, while I had some solid architectural analysis from Andrew Kerr, it was mostly based off of like a gut instinct, in my own pattern recognition. And since then, I have been digging deep, scouring the web across databases and looking for records. And I have come back with actual receipts, like some actual verifiable public record receipts. And now my theory is stronger than ever. Okay, because I know that Trump is not building a ballroom. He's building an underground data center, and I have the receipts now.
Underground data
center. But really quick,
center,
if you want to read all of the sources and the documentation for yourself from.
Okay.
Well, what's good about it is she has all the facts. If you think about it, okay, a ballroom is going to have stuff dealing with a ballroom, right? Chairs and tables and stuff related to all that type of stuff after it gets built. All right. This here has all this technical stuff. I mean, it has nothing to do with a ballroom. All right. So, she's showing that it's going to be probably go underground, several stories underground, and it's going to be all data, just a massive data center. And they'll be able to probably from there control a lot of things going on in the country from there, which, right, that would be actually advantageous for Trump or whoever is in power. You know what I mean? They could control quite a bit, So I thought, I mean, that video wasn't that long, but she really kind of researched it and showing the people and the companies involved. And like I said, some of these companies would not be involved with building a ballroom. They'd be involved with building a data center. And she kind of explains it all there.
All right. It seems like, to me, it smells like conspiracy candy.
Yes.
But, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, Phil. I think you're falling for it, Jim.
You can't follow the receipts. People who claim that they followed all the receipts. Well, we're dealing with money launderers here. We're dealing.
Oh,
with,
there's the one eye right there. Look out.
Yeah, and money launderers are the experts at creating fake invoices, fake receipts.
Yeah,
and they create whatever narrative they want you to think. And
okay, so do you don't think what? So do you think they're building a ballroom?
I don't know what they're. I mean, I haven't actually seen the construction site lately, but I think I saw in the beginning they were tearing some bulldozers were tearing down some part of the.
I'm going ballroom, if anything. But
okay, so you think they're putting a ballroom in there?
I think possibly yes. I think more than a secret super duper data center. Why would they need to build it there? They can just use Amazon,
because
Google.
It's in Washington. That's why it's where
all the data centers being built now that are sucking up all the power are just across the.
And they can do it in secret. I mean, they wouldn't make it such national news. Only so that all the national cameras are filming us while we're doing this. The White House has a loading dock. You can actually bring in your equipment and you can do it you can dig all the tunnels you want in secret, and the media doesn't have to know about it. And so, it's just. I don't think it.
Like I said, all the data centers are being built on the other side of the border there, and it's unbelievable how many they're building there, and the locals are going nuts because it drives up the price of power.
Yeah,
they use all the power, and then the locals, I guess, they don't have any kind of
a lot of water to cool it.
I'm not worried about the water. I think it's just their power bills because they just are sucking power from the local grid, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
You gotta listen to what she says. Okay, you guys can make fun of me and say it's a bunch of bullshit, but she really laid it out pretty well what they're doing. Okay, and so far she's the only one I've heard. Bring something like this up, which I think is interesting because most people think it's a ballroom. Okay. But she's trying to show you there's more to it than be in a ballroom. That's all.
Well, I'll give her one thing. She's got a good microphone. I really appreciate good sound. I'm not making fun of you. I just think that we are more sensitive to just these QAnon type conspiracy stories that are just meant to take your mind off what's really going on, which of course I think the biggest, most serious thing is the inflation of the dollar to infinity. So I think that's a real thing. Hey, by the way, Phil, did you raise your rates just based on the fact that
No.
your dollar buys a
And yes,
lot
you
less?
know what else is real is that the housing market is completely unattainable for a young kid who does everything they're supposed to do, go to college, get a degree. You come out and you still have to get a roommate with like 4 other people.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest problem.
And that's not how it was 50 years ago. It's completely changed. You know, I'm with a whole bunch of guys around me my age, and they're under they say, well, kids these days need to pull up their bootstraps and they need to make it happen like I did when I was their age.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, it's completely different now. The economy is complete. You know, I've spoken about the stack and packs. I was shocked to see them in my community going up everywhere because, we live in a rural area in the desert here. And now they're going to make us live in stack and packs. The whole reason why we live in the desert is because there's a whole bunch of land out here. And now you're going to make us live in a stack and pack? I mean, what's the point of that? I may as well go live in Orange County because, at least Orange County gets a marine layer every morning. It's not so hot.
No, I got you. Jim, Jim, the comments sort of would put this in the Alex Jones category. For instance, Alex Jones now on X has 228,000 listeners right now. We have 18. But usually Alex Jones, it says emergency broadcast here. That's usually what he has because everything's an emergency. So I think this story probably wasn't.
Well, I haven't heard Alex Jones talk about this. Has he? Has he talked about it?
I don't listen to Alex anymore because he's a total.
No, I know that. But the point is, this girl, I thought, that's all I can say is I can't say what is the truth. I can only say she's presenting a good case.
I'll watch it. I will watch the whole thing.
Well, I'm just saying.
I will try and check it out. I'm not on TikTok. I would like to see the original thing and what people were saying there, but she said it was taken down. Okay, well, that's fine. So we'll look at that if people want. But to me, it's Alex Jones territory where everything's an emergency, and but he won't tell the truth on Sandy Hoax. You see, that's the problem. He shot his wad, and now I kind of don't have to listen to him anymore.
I wonder why he did in the beginning. In the beginning, like for a year or like 18 months, Alex Jones was giving. I mean, he gave Wolfgang Halbig time on the show. He gave.
But look what it did. It wasted everyone's time for a long time, and then at the end, he spun everyone into the ditch. So all those So think about it. He grabbed a huge audience and took them for a ride. And then he dumped them off in the ditch, and now they don't know where to go. Now they're lost because they think, well, this seems so real, and now he threw us over here.
It's,
so
it's
I
almost
guess
as
he's
if
right.
he had no choice when the Sandy Hook story was breaking. He couldn't insult his audience intelligence by not covering it, so he had to cover it.
Yeah,
but maybe he intended to just drop him off at a certain point. Yeah,
I think so. You can't stop a river, but you can steer it. So if there's a river of truth coming down, you can just send it over here where it doesn't cause any damage. And in the end, he left everyone just hanging, I think. And how's he still on the air? I thought he was
exactly. He was fined $1 trillion.
But you see, that part of the story just doesn't get told because there's no story. Because
they know that everybody will forget about it. And they have
$1 trillion. I mean, that's the whole point. Of course,
he's there just to sell product. Don't you ever? I mean, look, I don't watch him, but I get mad when I watch him because he's got a commercial for pills or whatever the hell he's selling.
Yeah. Yeah, but the main thing is he sucks up your attention and he takes away from our audience because he's slick. He's there every day, and he's selling sensation. And we're kind of boring analyzing these phony videos. And that's why, as Phil says, we're stuck in the basement here because there's guys like him that are running the Gong Show, which is way more entertaining. And it's the same with sports and all those other things that distract the hell out of people.
Yeah. So someone saying that we'll be over there in the comments that we'll be Somalia in 20 years. And well, I see that. Like I said, I've described how the housing market has completely become unattainable in the past 50 years.
Yeah.
And these kids today have nothing to aspire to other than living on the third level of a stack and pack, maybe getting a corner space on a stack and pack. Oh boy, you've really arrived in life. Now you don't have people living above you. You're at the top now. And so, and that's what they can aspire to in life. And it's by
the way, I want to give Jim props because Jim's big thing is the Holocaust and how it controls the narrative today. And I want to give him a little bit of props because I go down rabbit holes on different topics, and not just this topic because I get tired of my own topics, and I like to be somewhat entertained and look at other things. So I went down the David Lee Roth rabbit hole the other day because somebody posted some of his videos because he's still singing. You know who I'm talking about, by the way? I want to make sure Jim.
I'm too young to remember him.
I don't know him. No.
Okay,
no, just kidding. I remember him.
He's Van Halen. You know Van Halen?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
Okay. Van Halen was a huge band in the 80s. He was the front man, and then they got rid of him, and then they brought another guy who actually I thought was better, and then they got rid of him and brought him back. But this guy's he's an intelligent guy. But he can't sing anymore. It's really embarrassing. So let me just play the embarrassing part first because someone did a mashup of this. And it's really embarrassing what he's doing. So this is a bit of a sidetrack, but I'll bring my point home as soon as I can find it here. And let me just play David Lee Roth trying to sing at one of his concerts here. And it's a disaster. Hold on a sec. I got to find it because I watched too much stuff. Oh, David Lee Roth 2025. So it's very embarrassing, some of these guys that are still trying to sing to this day. So here we go. Okay, hold on a second.
Usually they do a lip sync for him.
He's going to play over 30 shows next year in 2026. And when he did that, fans went crazy with all kinds of derogatory statements. I'm going to tell you what the fans said, and I'm going to tell you why Dave is really doing this 2026 tour on this edition of the Steve Champagne Read.
Okay, I'm not going to watch that. Hold on. Here we go here. Isolated vocal. So this, I don't know if these are the real isolated vocals. I tend to believe it. So you can't hear any of this because there's music and there's overlays. But someone said they isolated. So he's wearing a tight outfit here, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, the point is he can't sing anymore, but he's still doing it because he wants the money. Anyways, I went and looked him up, and I just decided to go watch him for a few hours on the biggest podcast on the internet, allegedly. Joe Rogan has 21 million subscribers. And now David Lee Roth is a Jew, okay? And he goes on for 3 hours. He's a really smart guy just because he can't sing. But it's funny how he goes on this 3-hour podcast, and at the end, he drops this. And I'll see if I can find the point. And this is to speak to Jim's point that he's always pointing out. So I'll see if I can find it here.
Which is it? It's peace, love, and heavy weapons. What do you think's protecting the drum circle?
Yeah.
And then, of course, my friends or teachers and what in law enforcement make total fun of our showbiz community.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's frivolous.
Oh, you bunch of sissies.
Yeah, very frivolous.
That ain't working.
Hold on.
They can't deal with these kinds of subjects.
The show was obviously live, so they couldn't control you while you were actually on the air.
It was great. I was one.
They're talking about how he tried to replace Howard Stern, and that didn't work out because he said he was always speaking his mind on topics like he's trying to talk to Joe Rogan about. But let me find this point. I don't have the exact second, so I'm sorry I didn't cue it up.
Wonderful.
See if I can find it.
Then I suggested, there's combat issues.
Oh, and become more accomplished, then you receive these belts. And so then you have goal attainment. And goal attainment benefit and tie that blue line. Look at your soul. One day I want to be efficiency where I'm going to be very
Never an interview without telling you about his 6 years in the red light district in Germany. He wears it
Hold on
like a general's badge. Can you dig it?
Mm-hmm.
He's proud of it. Alex Van Halen and I, same thing. We put in
just constantly jamming, doing. Is it the Outliers? I think it is. Beatles, Emerge. It's one of the reasons why.
It is really hardcore training, and that's when you build who you are. That was the regular, because to afford the speakers and the off the left-hand side, Alex and I, that we could play at the drop of a hat by everybody that we could recently. Alex and I went through a list just recently that we found of 120 songs that we could play at the drop of a hat by everybody you could imagine, from Smoke on the Water to Get Down Tonight. That's where we learned to sing. Get down tonight, get down tonight. We didn't have keyboard, so you better sing. You better sing a cover off that fucking ball. That's why Mike Anthony was so unique. His bass playing, we can find bass players, but nobody sounds like that. That's Garfunkel. Simon's good, but Simon and Garfunkel. Where do you think you built that? Thousands and thousands of vocal training hours, so that when Mike and I sing, you recognize it like Hendrix's guitar. You may never have heard the song before, and you go, that's Hendrix. Signature sound.
Yeah, we'll get to
Rod
it.
Stewart's
Hold on, you'll get to it.
You may never have heard the song before. You go, that's right.
Yeah, he loses my attention
backgrounds
quickly.
like Motown. That only comes from thousands of hours. Where do you learn to have the temetry to stick with that? I learned it at the dojo. I learned it in my
Hold
first
on, I
singing
think I got it
lessons.
right. Hold on.
You dig it? My first singing coach.
Here we go.
Jesus, that was also my first real experience with tattoos. We started off talking about tattoos. My first singing coach had 2 tattoos.
Here we go, Jim. This is for you.
He had a number right here, and he had another number right there. And he would say at least once a year, this is my camp number, and this is the number why I was still alive. He played piano and he sang in Auschwitz.
Jesus.
Oh, he's
He
got
was
an
there for 3
Auschwitz
years.
story.
Yeah, this is for Jim.
Kurt
Yeah.
He's got an Auschwitz.
Hold on.
Okay. And he used to tell me,
I'll get his name. Hold on.
Blumenthal, 3 years. Kurt Blumenthal. Okay. And he used to tell me, Mr. Roth, sing as if your life depended on it. Can you imagine a gig where one bad review literally puts you up the chimneys? And that was another expression he would use.
Puts you up the chimneys.
It's in the music. It's in my voice. It's in every Van Halen song.
So David Lee Roth is a Holocaust survivor.
Mr. Van Halen
No, his
taught
teacher
it to
was.
his son.
No, he's
Dan Van
linking
Halen and I
himself
were
to it.
very good friends.
He's leaning himself.
He would tell his sons about when the bombing would start, and they would all move into the subway tunnels, and he would play saxophone for everybody hiding during World War II.
What does David Lee
time I
Roth
sing,
know about World War II?
I sing as if my life depended on it.
Well, I just hold on. He's almost.
Does that make sense?
It does. I think this is a good way to wrap this up.
So he ends the interview right on that point. I just thought, oh my God, Jim is right, because they tie it in. This is a recent interview within the last year. And I thought, man, they weave these stories into every single sort of and every single day. So I thought, wow, I couldn't believe it. At the end, they just ended it at that.
Yeah, everything comes back to the Holocaust.
Yeah, and I really didn't buy into it until you started bringing it up on your show all the time.
Well,
but
if you watch everything that's going on, the Jews, every single time, every event that happens, they always have something. Either there's a Holocaust survivor there, or something to do with the Holocaust. Always, because they have to keep it going. What are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I just thought it was interesting because this is a very powerful podcast. A lot of young people watch it. And to me, David Lee Roth.
Most young people don't know who David Lee Roth is.
No, I know. He's our generation. And I find it really sad that these guys are still trying. I know they need money, but it's kind of sad. But it was an entertaining show, but that's how it ended. He just dropped the mic at the end, and then they walked away to leave that stuck in your brain. So
Joe Rogan, he makes what, $10 million a year?
Well, whatever they say, whatever they say he makes, I don't. Yeah. He does have listeners because I've talked to enough people that say they listen to him. So I have an informal poll, and people say they do like him. So I can't stand him really, but he gets the big guests and occasionally an entertaining show. So that wasn't bad, but lots of stories about debauchery there. But that's David Lee Roth weaving your favorite story into the end of the show, and they did a mic drop. So
yeah,
I thought you'd like that because I doubt you'd ever watch that show.
Yeah, right.
3 hours he was talking, and he leaves that at the very end. And Girl says Gene Simmons a kiss does that too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you know Gene Simmons. He's another guy.
Yeah,
same area.
Yeah. I've seen Gene. He comes up with this Holocaust story too. So Gene Simmons is trying to claim himself to be a Holocaust survivor. I mean, when he says that his mother was in a camp, that see by default that means that somebody in my family survived, so that means I'm a Holocaust survivor too.
Yeah. Well, I think Jim said anyone who was passing through Germany or the area at the time is now a survivor.
Well, anybody who knows somebody that was in there is a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's unbelievable, but all right, guys. I thought sorry I couldn't get to the point faster. I didn't realize they left it to the last 90 seconds and then just bang, ended the show. So you couldn't even react. You just had to say, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. All right, well, that was a good show. We had a lot to catch up on. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yep. All right.
We had a good caller-inner, and Jim is caller-inners. Jim has his own channel on BitChute. Just look up Jim Rizoli. He's the only one there. And Fake Nukes Phil is the only Fake Nukes Phil at BitChute. Check him out. And you can also email Phil at fakeologist.com. And Jim is Mr. Tapman at gmail.com. I think Jim gives his email out at the end of all his shows. And you can call Jim as well if you want to talk about these sorts of things. Right, Jim?
Yep. Telephone number's there too.
Yeah, Jim lays it all out. He's not afraid to talk to anybody. And he does his walk and talks every day. It's the most consistent show on BitChute ever, probably. Never misses a day, even Christmas and New Year's and Halloween and all those days. So thanks, guys. Oh, wait. Should we stop the show for one more call? Hold on.
I don't have anything.
Somebody calling in from the great state of Minnesota, I believe. Who's calling?
Yeah, Rick in Arizona.
Rick, we're trying to wrap up the show, but we figure we get you in. What's up?
What did you determine about the reality of the Venezuela raid?
Okay,
I say it's fake.
You said it's fake. Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah. What's your take?
Yeah, I think it's fake. I think it's, if you want to do business with those people down there, the last thing you want to do is use a heavy hand, right? Go down there and kill 80 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got what? They say they killed 40 civilians.
Yeah, I saw them doing a funeral, but that's not good enough for me. I don't believe them when they say 80 people are dead. I want to see a photograph. And you know me, I got to see the bodies, and they haven't showed me not a single one.
I tend to think what probably happened is they stabbed him in the back. They just walked him right down the coast, and they picked him up. That's what I think. I think they paid people off, and to go in there and raid the place and piss everybody off, you're never going to be able to nobody's going to be able to walk around there. You're not going to send oil people down there. You're not going to send American soldiers on the ground. And, they got a 2 million man militia, and they all got an AK. Chavez armed the country before he died.
He also banned guns, they said.
No, Hugo gave everybody a gun.
Well, the official story is they banned guns.
No. Hugo Chavez armed the country before. Probably in the 70s they didn't have guns, but Chavez armed the country. He knew this day was coming. But I'm just saying I think it's fake, because if you really want to go down there and you get into the oil industry, you can't go down there and kill people because they can just shoot at you. They got guns, believe me. Okay. All right, thanks for taking the call.
All right. Thanks,
Greg.
So that's fake. All right. Well, I think that's what we would have said too, and we did say so. All right, guys. Yeah. Thanks. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow, if you want to tune in, Mr. E, he's going to be here. He's from Minnesota. He went back to Minnesota for the first time in 10 years, and he basically said his city was gone. He had no idea what happened. He lives over in Thailand, but he said it's just he couldn't recognize it. So he's going to be talking about that. He's going to be talking about the Somali thing. And he's going to be talking about all the things he likes to talk about. He's on YouTube, and he also, as you know, is the leading transvestigator, or has been in the last 10 years.
Okay.
And he thinks Eric Kirk is a cute guy.
Yeah.
And another faker, and another Kabbalist, and all that. So if you like that kind of talk, and I personally love that kind of talk, because I think it's actually correct in so many ways, then you got to tune in tomorrow, because Mr. E will be here. Always a favorite, just like you guys. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. See you later.
Guys. See ya. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See you soon.